Thank you for joining me today. I'm Federico Merzinger.
Okay.
Let's begin with the first question. Can you describe a little of your daily routine in your professional life?
Sure. Usually when I start the day, I usually end days with planning for the next day, right? And now
Mhm.
we all know that things don't always go the way you want them to go. But, generally, I review again what I had set up for the day. I reach out and touch base with my people to make sure they have everything they need to get done, what they got to get done throughout the day. I'm responsible for managing our financials for our deals as well. So I just check on those to make sure everything is going as expected. Check in to make sure that the deals that we're looking to close are progressing. Even today, our business is operating at a 53% margin, which is which is absolutely huge and kind of unheard of, to be honest.
All right. Let's move on to the second question then. I've heard from my colleagues that we've kind of asked you this before in a previous interview, but it's been some time since then. And how has acquiring your degree with CIU impacted your career? Has your answer changed since back then? Is there more details that you would add to it?
So back then, I said that I did get promoted, which is not changed. I still have my promotion. The other thing that's happened as part of my career is also doing some writing for the company and focusing on helping the company look at, accountability is what I did my dissertation on, and my study essentially, right? And I was also asked to write a book on behalf of the company as well, which I'm in process of doing. That
Congratulations.
book is focused on multiple things, but the biggest focus is around mobile and customer engagement.
Ooh.
So I'm pretty excited about all that. It's opened up a lot of doors and opportunities, and they still keep coming. So I'm always excited, and looking forward to what's coming because it's just things have gone really well with getting it. And honestly, you know, not just because I got a certain level of degree. It's because I have the degree. I finished it, and it was around things to help me reach my goals, and that's got me noticed and enabled me to have these opportunities. So.
That's fantastic. All right, moving on to the third question, and this is a really good one since it would guide all our current and future students. But yeah, what advice would you give to other students currently studying with CIU?
And I will say that, look, you have a really great and affordable school that cares about you and your success and truly does. I'm living proof of that. I wouldn't have finished if I didn't have a group of caring people that stayed with me, made sure that I was engaged when it seemed like I took a break or I didn't communicate for a little bit. But they helped me stay connected and pushing through it. I think those are a couple things that stay in touch with those folks, stay with the school, stay the course, because what you're going to find is the prize that's waiting for you at the end of your degree journey is well worth anything you're going to go through to get there. Again, I'm living proof of that. I think people often they finish the degree and they're like, oh, I'm done. No matter what level that degree is, you're like, oh, I made it. I'm going to take a break, which is fine because trust me, I understand breaks in between things. You definitely need them. But once you have rested a little bit, don't get complacent, right? Don't get relaxed with your career, with what's next in your goals, whether it's personal or professional. Don't just settle. Don't relax. Don't step back. Keep pushing forward and challenge yourself.
I know you touched base about this earlier in the questions, but in the fourth question, have there been any recent challenges that you've overcome in your career?
Yeah, one of the big key things that I've found in my career And that includes, professional and personal, school life, etc., right, is communication. And I will tell you that throughout a person's career, they're going to have managers who are very poor communicators, who don't manage well, aren't good with people, those kinds of things.
Let's move on to the final question. What is next for you? What milestone do you have your sights set on?
And to answer your question, the four things that I'm focused on. One is growing our services business this year by 20%. We got quite a few deals in the pipeline. It's looking really good. It's been a tough pandemic, as you heard me say earlier in the second question. But it's we're making a comeback, and that's the focus, is to get it back where it was pre-pandemic and continue to grow that business, because there is a lot of interest in what we're doing. So, which is absolutely fantastic. The second thing is I'm actually writing 2 books. One of them is the one I mentioned earlier, which is around mobile and customer engagement. The other one, it's actually kind of personal to me, but it's focused around my dissertation subjects around accountability, leadership, communication, expectations, and adding in the leadership perspective from my uncle. And then finally, going back to the helping people again, I've been doing some mentoring and coaching of students and staff and those kinds of things to help folks where I can help them or point them in the right direction. But the actual coup de grace for me, to be able to really help people the most, is going to be teaching, and teaching at the college and university level, which is what I'm working on, and trying to get my foot in the door somewhere. So that are the 4 things that I currently have my milestones set for and leading to. So.
All right, then. Well, I'll let you go then. Thank you
All right, my friend.
again, and you
Yep.
have a wonderful rest of your day and a wonderful week.
Thanks, you too.
Thanks.
Take care.
Bye, Ted.
Bye-bye.